thoroughly enjoyed my trip to Nebraska. So, anybody see any good movies lately?
Not really, no.
Well, you read any good books?
No.
No.
Nope.
Anything new with corn?
Oh, yeah, corn.
Corn,
Oh,
yeah,
betcha.
corn, you bet.
Corn, corn, yeah.
Corn is always...
Come a-running, boys, don't you hear the noise? Like the thunder in the sky. How it rolls along in a good old song from the sons of Nebraska. Now it's coming near with a rising cheer that'll sweep all foes away. So with all our vim, we're about to win, and we're going to win today. In the days of old, Johnny Vanderbold would just take that ball in hand, and with Benedict right in front of him, they would set sail for the land. Then Doc Eager too, with a chosen few, would be all round everywhere. And before they quit, they would calmly sit down behind that goalpost there. For Nebraska and the Scarlet, for Nebraska and the Cream, though they go through many battles, our colors still are seen. And so in contest and in victory, we will wave them for the team, and we'll always stir a Cornhusker, the Scarlet and the Cream.
What's up, everybody? I'm Matt.
I'm Jimmy.
We are two average guys. Welcome back.
Kicking it old school.
Kicking it old school today. Brian decided he doesn't like us very much and decided to go out of town. So, leave us to our own defenses here and figure it out by ourselves.
That's how we used to do it if you haven't watched.
That's how we've done it all along. So we're going old school today. So welcome back, everyone. Glad you're here. Glad to talk about our win yesterday.
That's pretty good, too. Okay.
Yeah, we look good. It's a
There
little
we go.
downward angle, but I think we're all
Let
right.
us know if we're not talking loud enough.
Yeah, what's up, Jason?
We don't have the mics and stuff
Yeah, if you
going,
can hear
so.
us, let us know. And sorry if we don't look up at the camera. Anyway, so weird view, but we're going to make it work. Alright, a couple different things before we talk about football.
Yes.
Hell of a weekend for Husker sports in general. When we look at really the sports we talk about, Nebraska volleyball swept on Friday, swept on Saturday, which is pretty awesome. And then we saw yesterday Husker football, they win, and then also last night Omaha Mavericks hockey had a couple really good games against UMass, who's number 13. So yeah, but heck of a good game, number 13, UMass, great couple games. But anyways, again, just really good weekend when it comes to sports. So depending on your NFL team, we'll see how things go.
I suppose.
I suppose. All right. We are 8 games in. So, no answers yet, says Jason. So I think...
Except special teams.
Yeah.
Correct.
So let's get into the game a little bit yesterday. So, to me, it was almost like a repeat of Maryland.
That's a good way to put it.
It's like we had a good first quarter, we had a good fourth quarter. Second and third were super shaky, we just didn't play.
I don't know what the middle part of the game, I just don't understand.
I'm
Yeah,
excited to see what Marcus
The
does.
first drive, great. Great first drive.
Actually working again.
EJ went boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom,
Hand,
boom.
hand the ball off. Nice 9-yard touchdown run. I'm like, okay, we're gonna be able to run on them. Let's stick to that. Which for the most part, we did run the ball.
We should have ran
We
more.
probably should have ran more. But then 7-6 at half is like, come on, man. Fortunately, we get a nice special teams kickoff return touchdown.
Heck yeah.
Start the second half, which is really the difference in the game right there.
Yeah, Kenneth Williams, again, he shines in special teams. He had like a 30-some yard return earlier in the game, too, on a kick. And so the guy is just stellar. He's got so much speed. He's got really good vision. I'm glad they gave him a scholarship because, holy cow,
Awesome.
he's one of those guys who's already earned it. And I think when you talk about earning something, especially something as precious as a scholarship, you got guys that have earned black shirts that are not living up to the black shirt mentality.
Yeah.
I don't know how some of these guys earned a black shirt. Again, we played Cincinnati, and then we had a couple cupcakes, and it's like these guys are getting, black shirts. And maybe it has maybe a different mentality in how they're handing them out. Maybe it has to do with practice. Maybe it has to do with leadership. All that should go into play.
It should.
But your gameplay should go in there too. I'm going to just say Donovan Jones cannot cover anybody. He can't.
He had an interception, which is cool to see, but
that wasn't on him. It's not like he ran in front of somebody and intercepted.
Yeah, it was kind of a lucky bounce. Cool for him, Omaha North kid, but yeah, he's not great in pass protection in the play. But I don't know. And they were still able to run. I mean, I thought our run D was a little better. Because Northwestern, they could run.
Yeah.
Coming into the game, it's like, man, on paper, I know last week you were saying, like, oh, this is a get-right type of game. And all week I'm like, oh, man, you're just hearing more and more about they like to run, they can run. Fortunately, their quarterback was not great in the pass game.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I agree. And, again, I think our defense, they're on their third quarterback. And so they're on their third quarterback, and he didn't play terrible. He just he's not a good passer. He doesn't have very much. He doesn't have great vision, and he missed a lot of wide open receivers, which I think helped us. Otherwise, again,
third and long. We got him in third and long, which is what we needed to do.
Yeah, but we couldn't stop him on third and short.
We couldn't stop him on
every third and 4 or third and 3. They're doing a QB sneak, and they're getting 5-6 yards on a QB sneak. We stacked the line. And we get Harburg running, and for one, he doesn't know how to sneak the ball at all.
No,
he's
just
you can't hold
off.
You can't hold it in your stomach. You got to jump and reach.
Yeah.
And pull it back in. But I don't even know if he got that first down. To be honest,
he can. I know. I wasn't sure either. He can hit dudes, but he's just not like that quick initial burst kind of a thing.
But the problem is our offensive line doesn't get a push.
No.
So we're still not winning the line of scrimmage when it comes
on either side.
To. Really, a lot of times passing the ball, of course, but running the ball, we screwed up a lot yesterday on the run game.
Yeah,
too.
I mean, Emmett just finds the holes, and not every time. There's a couple times he missed, but he's just able to shake some tackles and get outside and get going.
Well, so is Mosey. I mean, Mosey's a guy. He's
shifty.
That first guy that touches him is not bringing him down.
Yeah,
not bringing him down. That sack that Dylan took when Teddy got hurt. I mean. The form was just all wrong. Teddy stood up right away. He didn't stay down. He didn't stay low. And as soon as he stood up, he got on his heels and just got absolutely annihilated. Yeah. It's like, well, your form was. I never played line, but I'm watching him like.
I played freshman line.
His first move was stood straight up. I'm like, oh, you're already on your heels. You're not going to win a battle that way. And of course, he got ran over, gets hurt, and again gets hurt.
Maybe he was already kind of hurt. Who knows? But
I feel like Turner did better when he came in.
Better than he has been.
Yeah, I feel like he played pretty well yesterday. Again, our offensive line wasn't the problem yesterday, though.
Shout out to Rocco for going after getting surgery on Sunday.
Heck yeah.
That was awesome.
Heck yeah, and I think he realized, dude, I gotta be on the line. I gotta help. Like I need to be out there to help Dylan, and he did. And I don't think our offensive line was a major problem yesterday. It was just kind of a weird game. It's like we weren't terrible, but we weren't really good. Like we weren't even good. We were kind of just average.
Right. And when we go up 21-6, it's like, okay, they're not going to score 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion without us getting any points. And they did.
Yeah, they did.
And it was like, are we really doing this again?
Yeah.
And Northwestern, they showed the stats during the game how close our games with them have been over the last however many years. Yeah. They're always close games. They're fun games.
It's just like Iowa. I mean, it's no different than our games against Iowa.
Fortunately, we've been on the better side of getting the wins against Northwestern than we have against Iowa for sure. But no, I think we took we took advantage. I think of or took for granted. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of it. We took for granted how Ty and Nash on that D line. Having those big guys really helps. Oh, yeah. We don't have that big of guys. We have decent players. Yeah. Like Van Poppel can be good. I mean, some of the edge, Nieri's good.
Yeah.
Cam Lenhart's been good for years. There's just not very big guys up front that they get pushed back. That's why you're talking those 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 4s. They're able to get those first downs. And we have decent linebackers. We have decent corners and DBs, but guys are just able to push us up front. It makes me nervous going to Iowa, watching what they did in Minnesota yesterday.
Yeah, well, and here's one of the bigger problems, too. Again, when you talk about defensive line, even when we know they're going to run the ball on 3rd and 2, 4th and 1, we're going to run the ball. And instead of stacking the box, we still have linebackers that are 8 yards off the line of scrimmage, 6, 7, 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. So all you're relying on then, which we did put 4 guys down on the line more often yesterday rather than 3, but it's still 6 or 7 on 4. Sometimes with that double tight end, you're looking at 8 on 4. You're not going to win that battle with 4 guys. But what we didn't do was make an adjustment to push guys up into the box and force them to beat us. We didn't have to force them. They just beat us at will because we didn't do anything to force the hand. And so we're not getting those opportunities on defense to make those adjustments to try to challenge them. And I think that's hurting us. And it's going to continue to hurt us as we go throughout the season. But again, I think we were fortunate that Northwestern quarterback wasn't good enough to beat us,
Right.
where we kind of got the benefit of the doubt to have better opportunities. More than anything else. Again, I think if they had a good QB, they might have beat us if they had a good QB.
Honestly, I thought they were better than Minnesota. I really did.
I didn't see the game, but Minnesota's not a good team.
I thought they were. I mean, maybe, Minnesota had guys up front that were pushing us around, but I don't know how Northwestern didn't watch that tape and just foam at the mouth and watch our tape against Minnesota last week. And, maybe they did, and maybe, we did play a little better. So, I don't know. I was expecting, earlier in the week, I was kind of like, okay, yeah, I think we're going to beat them pretty good. And by yesterday, I was like, man, I'm really nervous about the game today.
Yeah.
And after that first drive, I was like, oh, man, this should be a pretty good game.
Yeah.
And not that it wasn't a good game, because it was, but not. I thought about it in a different good way, game, if you will.
Yeah, for sure. Jason here says, Dylan still looks, or still floats the ball. Not sure. He's not sure in the pocket, and it's ongoing. 100%. I mean, again, we had a pass to Dane Key where he had to stop and slow down to try to catch the ball. I thought he should have had it in his hands.
I thought he did too. I think the guy got a hand on it.
Yeah.
It was a good defensive play.
But again, he floated that ball. He's just stepping back, and he's still not throwing darts. And so I think there's still some things that Dylan is developing. And you talk about kind of that sophomore slump. I think he's there in that sophomore slump. And I think we're not seeing the development that we want to see from a second-year quarterback. Again, a 5-star quarterback. And I saw someone say, I don't know if he's ever been a 5-star quarterback. I don't know how he got that rating because he's not showing up to be a 5-star.
I mean,
and I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
If it'd be different if he could tuck it and run and get a few scrambles a game.
Yeah.
If he's a little faster. I'm not saying like that's not his game. So, but if he could do that. Because there's times when it's like, oh man, he, maybe even when he does hit an open receiver, he had a lot of daylight, or when he's got to throw it away, or whatever. I mean, did he only take 1 sack yesterday?
I think so.
That was better. I know I just listen to people say like, all right, if we only give up like 2 or 3 sacks this week, I think we'll win the game, and I will be happy with that. So only 1 is good. I don't know, 5-star. You see it at times, like we've talked about earlier this year, some of those rollout throws, which I don't know why they don't do more of that. Those times when he rolls out and like hit Dane Key in the back of the end zone, hit Lindenmeyer, hit Harburg.
The game winning
looks great there.
He's got 2 game-winning drives this year in the fourth quarter, and he's looked excellent on those drives. Mm-hmm. Like we didn't miss
the last drive yesterday.
We didn't miss a 3rd down conversion on that drive.
Nope,
we got every 3rd down conversion. Again, we focused on one thing. We did adjust on the offense was focus on short yardage, and I think at times that hurt us because sometimes we threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage and it didn't work out. It's like, well, you got Corey Barney coming out of the backfield. The first time you didn't throw it to him, you do the exact same play almost. Now they're like, all right, they're going to him. Our wide receivers were blocking. He kind of tripped on his own feet. I think he would have been fine if he would have stayed up, maybe broken a tackle. But, again, you're relying on guys to break a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. I don't like those plays. But we did do a few plays, 4 or 5 yards downfield. I don't like – our screens aren't working either. We keep trying them, which is fine. Again, I think it's a good play to continue to develop because we've seen it can be effective with Hunter, taking a screen and running it down a couple different times. Like, we have the skilled players, I think, to catch those screens and take it for good yardage. But I don't think it was working much yesterday, and we tried it a few times. And talking about screens, one thing I don't like is when it's 3rd and 18 and we just give up. We just give up. Let's get 4 or 5 yards. What's 4 or 5 yards give you? Try to get 15 to 16 yards and get a couple yards after the catch. But that Nebraska football has been that way for a long time on 3rd and long. Instead of trying to get a 15-yard pass, we're just gonna go ahead and dump it down on the screen and hope something great happens.
I mean,
it happened twice yesterday.
Yeah, I know we had a 3rd and 16 that we got 15 yards on. Did we get that 4th and 1? Can't remember. Anyway, I saw Jason. Yes, we've talked a few times over the last few weeks about having Latif get a couple series just to shake things up, or like you said, add a spark. I think I've even said it back almost word for word. I don't know.
I don't see it
Especially
happening
in
at this
that
point.
second and third quarter. At this point, I would say probably not. I mean,
If it hasn't happened yet,
yeah.
even when we're struggling on offense, if we're not, we put in Harvard to kind of put in a decoy to see, hey, we're gonna do something a little different, which is fine.
It's fine.
But I think they're protecting TJ for redshirt, which I understand. But I would like to see him kind of bring a different element to our offense, even just for a few series, like something a little bit different.
Especially when you don't score any points after the 7-8 minute mark of the first quarter.
Yeah.
And we don't score any points the rest of the half. I mean, maybe go in there and do something with a few minutes left in the second quarter. I mean, I know it was a close game. You don't want to put a kid in there and that hasn't played much and have a turnover or something. But I don't know. I mean, going into this week, USC is going to be probably, if not the best team we have left. One of, them or Iowa probably. If we're down a couple scores at half or something, I wouldn't mind seeing him come out and see what kind of spark we can get. It's tough though.
Yeah, and
then what do? Then you go back to Dylan.
Yeah.
You keep him in.
Yeah, I don't see it happening again. I think TJ is an asset to have. Again, you look at, we've done some decoy plays. I think we can do more decoy plays. And when we do a decoy play, still have Dylan out there, TJ out there, and TJ maybe gets the ball and he's throwing the ball like, you do a little swing pass and then he whips it down to Hunter or Dan Key downfield or Ja'Cory Barney, like something like that. Just a trick play that throws the defense off and maybe sparks something big when you need it, when maybe things aren't going your way. Like, let's try something different on a first down play, a long deep pass. Hey, TJ's going to line up in the flat, and hopefully they don't notice who he is because he hasn't played much. So and that's going to be hard to adjust to because you don't know what he's doing out there. Is he just a decoy to, you think you're going to throw it out there and you fake it, and then you got Dylan throws it deep. Like, there's a lot of things that can happen. I just don't see it happening. But I think,
how many games he play in? 2. That's why I guess, just in case something happens to Dylan and he's got to play the rest of the way, they don't want to try to burn that red shirt. That's really it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And Jason said here, protecting a guy is hard to do with the transfer portal now because
it is. It's
really
really
tough.
It's really hard to do what you want to do there.
Yeah, and you want to protect the red shirt rule, and that's the red shirt rule is being challenged right now. And so that might not even be a thing after the season where, hey, if you're a redshirt, that goes away. You got 5 years of eligibility. That changes the game a little bit too, but not this year. So we'll see what happens in that case. That Vandy is
5 for 5 or whatever.
Diego's trying to play 7 years in college, so and not be a doctor. So call them doctors. You can call them doctors. I feel like TJ. I would love to see him get a chance, but. I feel like yesterday, again, kind of a weird game. I think execution was just not there. There were things we didn't execute well on in offense. Offensively, it wasn't even like, again, not a terrible game. It was just the execution wasn't there because we were able to move the ball multiple times. We missed a field goal, which is a bummer.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
He's been really good, kind of sure-handed, sure-footed. We kind of know what to expect from our special teams. But again, it was one of those things where, hey, we missed. And then Dylan throws an interception. Then we get an interception, and on their interception, it was funny is the ref was actually blinding the quarterback because our guy was right behind the ref, so I think he saw him. So it ended up being kind of nice for us. But
that was nice because that was a bad turnover by Dylan on our side of the field or right around midfield. I think it was on our side.
Yep, close.
That was just a poor decision. Like you said. He's just, it's not that he had like a bad game. He just wasn't, he's just not where I think people wanted him to be at this point.
Yeah. Again, year 2, again, he got a 5-star. You see a lot of other teams, they got a 5-star quarterback. And in year 2, year 1, maybe they have a good year. Year 2 is like, holy cow, like this guy really developed and is doing really well. We're not seeing that. We're not seeing that.
What are we doing?
And that's what we want to see. And so I just think, again, there's still a lot to desire and a lot to think about when it comes to this offense. And I think Dana's grown with the offense too. Like, there's things he's still trying that's working, not working. But I mentioned in my post yesterday at halftime, like, I feel like we're committing the same failures over and over again, and not learning from those failures and trying to change something. I feel like we're making the same mistakes over and over again when it comes to offensive play calling and defensive play calling.
So it is kind of interesting because, is Dana calling the game that he wants to call? Is he maybe calling different things because Dylan's good at this and not good at that, because EJ's really good on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Like, does he want to throw the ball more? But they're saying we got the best running back at this point in time in the Big Ten, the leading rusher.
Yep.
We have to give him the ball. And when we don't, and we have 3 incompletions, everybody's mad.
Yep.
So I don't know if he's changing the way he really wants to do things, or I don't know, but something is just a little bit off the play call.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know how else to describe it.
100%. And I think, again, Jason says we're talking about execution 8 games in. It's sad. It really is, because we shouldn't be talking about poor execution on our offense or our defense. But
You don't have to be done, Jason. You can keep saying whatever you want to say.
But that's where we're at. He's back.
No, I know he is, but
Air raid guy, yeah.
He is. I don't know. I think it's just hard to say exactly what he wants, what Rule wants, what our strengths are, and figuring out how to play call from there. I don't know.
Identity. And again, Jason, you're probably thinking the same thing.
I guess that's a good
and
way.
I saw a few people say yesterday on our posts is we don't have an identity on offense or defense. Like, there really isn't. We go at one point we had 10 more rushes than passes yesterday early in the game. I don't remember what it ended up as, but it's not something where, again, I think EJ should have 200 yards yesterday. I don't think we ran the ball enough.
Probably not.
Between him and Mosey, like, we should have had 250 to 300 yards rushing. And I'm not over exaggerating there. I think between the two of them, even Quentin Ives, get him in there, we should have had a lot more yards on the ground yesterday. I think EJ ended up with 115 yards.
Which is fine. He's averaging over 100 yards a game, but
but I think he could have had a lot more. And
especially after that first drive, he probably had half of that on that first drive.
Yep. So I think we're not utilizing that strength the way we can at times when we need it most.
That's fair.
And I would like to see something change there. So, does the offense even have an identity? No, I mean, that's the problem. They don't have an identity. It's like one game, hey, we're gonna tell you about our second running back and say, hey, you're gonna love what you see, and then never use him. Or use him once in the game, he's gonna run 11 yards, and you're gonna never see him again. Like,
it's Hunter one week, it's Key the next, it's EJ, or Barney. I mean.
yeah,
Lindenmeyer, yeah, I mean, there's guys, and I even said it last week. I mean, I think that some of the way we won some of the games, the close games that we have, is because we do have better skill position guys
100%.
than we have.
100%.
And I liked Banks last year and some of those guys, but they're not as good as Hunter and Key.
Yeah.
They're definitely better transfers that we've gotten, and EJ's just a rock. So, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I know we said last week, let's start out and have EJ run like 10 times in a row.
Yeah.
We could have done that. He could have ran the whole game yesterday.
Oh, yeah. He could have ran a lot more.
But,
hey, quick shout out, the UMD Bulldogs Fan Sports. Welcome.
hey, you guys got a sweep of Minnesota this
Heck
weekend.
yeah.
At Minnesota.
And I
I'm
know
sure.
you keep telling us to take PJ Fleck. No one here wants PJ Fleck. No Nebraska fan wants PJ Fleck. It's funny.
I'm not taking him.
You're funny. We don't want him.
He's like my least favorite.
Persico, what's up, buddy? And Casey, welcome to the show. I want to find that identity. I want to figure out what do we want to rely on the most? Is it Dylan? Okay, then let's figure out how to run these shorter routes rather than you see a replay and Dylan's getting pressured. And while he's getting pressured, you see the shot of 4 guys going on post routes. It's It's like, stop running seams and post routes. Give me 5-6 yards. And we did more of that yesterday. We did. I will admit, we did more of that yesterday to get the ball out of his hand faster, which we were calling for the week
Especially
before.
on that last drive.
But there are multiple times still yesterday where he doesn't have the time to throw due to pressure, where we got 3-4 guys going deep. And he's not a deep ball guy.
Right.
We've seen it. Again, Jason said he floats the ball, and we've all seen that. And so we have to kind of get past that.
Yeah, and going back to the identity thing, and play calling and what have you. Maybe we've been trying to do the things that Dana wants to do, but our offensive line is not good enough.
Yeah.
To give Dylan time, protection, in time to make some of these plays happen. And so we're kind of just relying on what's working.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, the run game's working. Let's ride that and then play action it.
Mm-hmm.
The rollouts are working, which they have a few different times this season. I'm not saying yesterday, but I don't know. That's a good way to put it, though. They really gotta find an identity, especially on offense, because at least on defense, our DBs are good.
Yeah.
Our
I agree.
coverage is good.
Pretty good, yeah. It's not great.
They only
but
given
it's
up. I mean, did they score a passing touchdown yesterday?
good. Yeah.
Okay, because I think they're saying.
And then
I think it
number 80
was.
scored.
I think it was. We had only given up 3 passing TDs all season.
Yeah. Well, that number 80 was a good wide receiver for them.
And
Very good.
I'm kind of shocked because
They contested
they
catches
are
and
a little better than. I mean, I don't know if you saw that third year coach for Northwestern. His record side by side with rules is actually a little better.
Yeah.
I never would have thought that.
Not anymore, sucker.
That's true.
But
But I just, after Northwestern lost Fitz, I thought they were toast. They figured out a way
again,
to.
I'm not putting them in the category even of being a good Big Ten football. Well,
No,
they're a good Big Ten football team because they played Big Ten football.
Exactly.
But they're not a good team.
That's true. And they played Oregon tight this year. I don't know that
Yeah.
Oregon is as good as maybe we all thought that they were, but they kept it pretty tight with them for a while.
Well, we'll find out against Iowa when
Penn
Iowa
State,
play
yeah.
Iowa next. We'll find out how good Oregon really is and how good Iowa is.
Oh,
I think it's a good measuring stick for both teams.
Yeah, for sure. I could see Iowa winning that game. Really.
A couple questions to
As much
address.
as it pains me to say.
So Ross mentioned, if we're committed to running the football in practice, it's going to help if we take that mindset into the game, and it's going to help our offense and our defense. Again, when we're going 3 and out, maybe 1 first down, our defense, they're not getting the rest either. And yeah, we had a lot of 3 and outs too. It was a lot of back and forth 3 and outs, but again, we get them more rest on the bench, it's going to help. And I think we all know that. We gotta get in that flow of, hey, let's get, even if we get a field goal, let's get 4 or 5 first downs, 6 first downs. Again, Big Ten football. We're going to march the ball downfield methodically, and we're going to punch you in the mouth. And we don't have guys that are punching people in the mouth. And again, not that we can't do that, because again, we've seen it, we've done it. In the run game and the pass game, we punch people in the mouth and have extended drives. And that's what we need to do in Big Ten football to continue to win. And again, yesterday was gritty. Joel put a great article out on our new blog, so check that out.
I saw that. That was good.
With a post game, and then we'll have a pre-game for this next game as well against USC. But we're not punching guys in the mouth, and we have to get these extended drives, move them downfield, tire their defense out, which is then in return going to help our offense, help our run game, help our pass game, and help our defense so we can win these games in big football fashion.
Yeah, I mean that's just the thing. You got back-to-back weeks against Minnesota, Northwestern. Those teams, they run the ball, they play defense.
Yeah.
They run clock. They try to wear you out. Obviously, they did last week, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We've got to find a balance of. And honestly, we need some dogs on the offensive and defensive line. I really hope that this off season, and I know we have a few guys that are hurt. Maybe like Gibson Pyle would probably be playing on the O line if he wasn't out.
Agree.
With some of the other injuries that we've seen, so I think we need to go after a few guys in this off season. Obviously, we went and got 5-star from Missouri last year, and he's pretty good.
Yeah.
You put a couple more pieces with that. Could be pretty good, but in these Big Ten games, when you're every week, pound,
Yep.
we gotta have bigger guys. I mean, we have big guys. I don't know. we got to get better on the lines.
Yeah,
it's really it.
we're just more physical and more nasty. We're not there. Casey mentioned we have Joel's question here about recruiting, in-state recruiting in a second. Casey asked about or mentioned, hey, how good would EJ be if he didn't get hit in the back?
And he does. He hand the ball off and he just goes, whoop, and then is able to get 3, 4, 5 instead of a loss of 3.
He's got a stellar cutback. I mean, his jukes, his cutbacks are just absolutely like putting guys on skates. It's pretty fun to watch. And yes, the RPO did work a little bit yesterday. Again, I think we do more of that to throw the defense off. When you're doing the RPO, when you're doing the play action, when you're doing the those types of plays, anything to throw the defense off and make them think differently is going to help. I just think our offense is still a little bit too vanilla. But we did see some changes yesterday that I think were positive that we can move into USC. Again, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't great at all times, but there were a lot of good things and a lot of good takeaways from yesterday on offense that we can take into next game. 100%.
And
we just didn't execute the
can't
score.
be all negative. I hate to always be just like, why didn't we do this? Why weren't we that? If you would have said before the season, we're going to go into USC 6-2,
Yep.
everybody would have said, I will take that.
Yeah.
Right? That's better than being 3-5.
We're 6-2 and going bowling before November, which we haven't done since 2016.
That's 9 years.
Mike Riley's
Almost
second
10
year.
years. Yeah.
It's amazing.
And that was kind of smoke and mirrors there because we had a really weak schedule to start. We were barely beating
we
the
had an
Purdue's.
amazing
We were
roster.
barely beating teams. And we started, 6-0, 7-0. We were top 10.
7-0, I think. And then
Yeah.
State
So, no, I mean, we're 6-2.
yeah.
We're playing a night game against number 23, I think, ranked USC, All Blacks. You can't tell me you're
Heck
not
yeah.
jacked about that.
Heck yeah. And here's
Stoked.
the thing. There's absolutely no reason Nebraska cannot win
A game like that?
the next 4 games.
Well,
There's
yeah,
absolutely no
Why
reason.
can't we not beat a ranked team at night, primetime, NBC, All Blacks? Why can't we win a game like that? We haven't done that since probably 2014 when we had, but maybe not even that year.
Yeah.
Maybe 2012.
She was getting me all jacked up. Like, I'm
I am.
super pumped. Like,
I'm just sorry I was being all negative. I'm excited for this game this weekend.
well, and I think again, I think this last weekend you're looking at
Especially
who we,
Jason, we're gonna beat you this week,
Beat
buddy.
you.
Not you, Jason, brother-in-law. Jason.
one thing I can think about when it comes to yesterday's game is, again, it was a Big Ten football game. It was classic Northwestern, and we played the game we had to play to not only win the game, but we never gave up the lead. We kept pushing, we kept tried new things, and that to me was a huge positive. Yes, we gave up a 21-6 lead, and it sucks.
Yeah.
And yes, we missed a field goal, that sucks. But again, our special teams not only is winning us games this year, it's not something we're dreading when we come out to try to kick a field goal.
Or not
Archie,
even attempting to kick field goals.
Archie
anymore.
had an incredible game yesterday. His punts were he had a fantastic game.
I really actually wanted to go for it on 4th at one point, but
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't because he had a
and
bomb.
when we were on like we were on our side
We were
of
on
the
our
field.
like 40 to 42,
42,
somewhere
yeah.
in there, but we've seen that we've gone for those and we haven't gotten them.
Yeah.
So
Well, and you gotta play kind of, again, I'm not up to looking at stats at that point in time, but you gotta look at where you're at in the field, where you're executing, what kind of play call do you feel confident. If you're not confident, don't go. And I
if
think
it's
we made the right
working,
call.
if it's been working, then keep going with it. If it hasn't been working, just flip the field, play D, try to get good field position.
Yep, and again, we played Big Ten football yesterday. I was excited to see us win a game like that, have another game-winning drive to go down and again, kind of put Northwestern on the clock, and we did everything we needed to do towards the end of the game to win that game. And again, yeah, we had a first quarter, fourth quarter, second and third were really shaky. They weren't terrible, they were just really shaky. And so we came out, we won the game. I think we need to be super excited about that because it was, again, if you look at the past Northwestern games, how they play their games, they haven't changed their style of play.
And we have, it's tough because we've gotten over that hump of, oh man, we lose every one score game, right? And we lost by 3 to Michigan, whatever.
Yeah.
We actually kind of came back in that one. We were down 10.
Yeah.
Obviously, Minnesota was not a one-score game, but we're on the flip side of that, where we are winning these one-score games. And yeah, they're not pretty. So yeah, the next step is you beat a team like USC, and then moving forward for next year, hopefully it's like, okay, now we're done with these one-score wins in a game. against Michigan State, against Maryland, against Northwestern. Teams that, on paper, we're probably more talented than that we should beat. And, but in years past, we lost those games. Now we're finally figuring out a way to win those games. And people are like, well, it's not this or it's not that. Myself, I'm guilty as charged.
Yeah.
But that's just because we want to just dominate, right? But we have turned that corner. So hopefully now we just take that next step.
Yeah, and if you read Joel's blog, Joel talked about, we don't need to dominate. We just need to win.
Mm-hmm.
We just need to win right now.
Andre Agassi is really good.
Yeah, get those gritty wins. Get that mentality of we don't have to whoop up a team. We don't have to be super pretty every game. We don't have to be perfect. We need to execute when we need to execute. We need to win games. We need to do things the right way. Even if we don't go down and score on our first drive, we don't go down and score on the first drive of the second half. We don't go down and score within 2 minutes before the half ends. It's the mentality that they're taking on the next drive. It's the mentality that they're taking into every single game. Is hey, let's execute the way we worked on in practice. Let's execute the way we know how to execute, and let's go out there and punch somebody in the nose and win the game. Even if we win by 3, let's win the game. And Heinrich Harburg, again, after beating Maryland, he said, man, there's, for the last 5 years, we don't win those games.
No.
We won this game. And so I think
our record would be probably 3-5 right now.
Yeah. So the mindset has shifted for these guys to where, hey, I don't want to hear the narrative we can't win close games. We're going to win close games, and we're going to do it in great fashion where, hey, it's going to be a fourth quarter drive that takes us down and we score and force them to try to do something, perform a miracle. And we've done that twice. I just, again, those are things that I'm taking away from the game yesterday. Is there were a lot of positives, just not all together. It was there in the game.
It was kind of sporadic.
It was very sporadic. A lot of good things. And Isaiah Hunter's catch in the corner of the
end
end
zone.
zone.
That's unbelievable.
Holy cow! I talked to Kobe that went to the game. They're like, nobody thought he caught that ball out of bounds.
I did not. I thought he was out of bounds, and then they kind of slow played it, and I'm like, oh man, I think he might have gotten a foot down.
Yeah.
Sure enough, he did. Yeah, I mean, he's phenomenal. And I did like what Casey said, referring to the O-line and D-line, that we can't just get guys based off of stars. We got to get some proven talent, really.
You think Minnesota and Northwestern's thriving on their offense defensive line from 5-star players? No.
Absolutely not. They have 3-star guys.
Probably 2-star
especially
guys.
Northwestern. You know how hard it is to get in there?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't getting in there. Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I know there was a lot of talk this week about, Donovan. Obviously, we'll just have to kind of see how it plays out the rest of the season and see what happens. But it's kind of a different feel today than it was after last week and all week, really. Like, the sky's falling and,
Fire this guy,
fire this guy, pull this guy out, play this guy. Like you said, obviously not pretty, but 6-2.
But also clutch, and Ross mentioned it here. Like Dylan hasn't been great, but he's been clutch when we needed him to be clutch. And again that drive. To
I mean that first. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just reading Ross. I thought we were in trouble. We were up 15, and the refs skipped it that first time. It was absolute BS. You posted. Why review it? Like, why even have review if you can't get it right or whatever it was you said? Like, the guy was like 2 yards short.
Yeah,
he bobbled the ball,
and caught behind the first down line, and
didn't make any sense.
You could see that on the review. You could see it in real time. That it's funny because the ref spotted it correctly at first. He was about a half yard to a yard behind the line to gain. He spotted it correct. And 2 seconds later, he moves up 3 yards. Not only did they give him the first down, they put him 2 yards past the first down marker. I'm like, it's not where your feet are. It's where the ball is.
No.
Like, his feet, they went into where his feet were. I'm like, for one, it was a great catch. Absolutely. Like, that was Donovan Jones' best coverage all day. That was actually really good coverage. The guy made a phenomenal catch. But then for them to review it and not say, hey, this was the original mark that the ref before he moved 3 yards forward was correct. It was not a first down. That was such a bad call. And what drives me nuts about that is that last play of the game when they're like, oh, Nebraska should have got a hold on that. No, give me a freaking break. Sometimes Nebraska needs a break when it comes to the refs. We get freaking that. Every game we get screwed. We don't get a holding call. Our defensive line never gets a holding call. Ever. Northwestern held us multiple times yesterday.
And once
I
big
didn't-
time on a touchdown.
Yes, and I didn't complain about it at all. But I'm going to complain about the announcers because that was complete bullshit. I don't want to hear it. The guy tugged on him. We also had Dane Key got interfered with very clearly, which was right by the end zone.
That was right there. That was right before that.
You didn't call it. You also called pass interference on us when their guy, unfortunately, I think it was Donovan Jones or Marshall. I can't remember. Maybe it was Marshall.
I think it was Marshall.
But it was number 80. He gave us a push-off. If Marshall would have let go, that should have been an offensive pass interference. But unfortunately, he tugged on his jersey. So instead, they don't see the extension of the arm. They see us grab the jersey. So yeah, it was pass interference, but what about the offensive player pushing off on our guy? So
And
don't
how about
give
a
me
call
this-
that's never ever been called before? What was that call that they called?
Oh, he shifted on the defensive line. They called.
They.
Oh, you're talking about Van Poppel?
No, we got a call that was something I've never even heard of. Something moving.
Yeah, it was Van Poppel moved on the defensive line.
What was this called?
He
I
didn't-
saw it. I asked my dad. He said he'd never heard of it.
He didn't clap. He didn't yell anything. Nobody. All he did was shift. He shifted to the right, and their offensive guy
So
moved.
is that what that rule is? That
No, you can shift. You can move.
well, no. I mean the whatever penalty that is. Is that the clapping? Is that what they call when people
No,
are
they didn't.
clapping?
They didn't
or-
call. They didn't call that.
I
don't
have
know.
no idea what this call is.
But it wasn't
I saw
penalty.
Damon Benning said I've been a part of football for 40 some years and I've never heard of this.
Nobody knew what the hell they called. And you watch the replay, and it's like he just shifted on the line. That's all he did. He didn't do anything but shift. He moved one spot over to fill a gap or to go up against a different lineman, and then you call a penalty because their offensive lineman moved. That's not a penalty. Like those refs were some of the worst refs I've seen
They
in college
are.
football
And
this year.
I didn't watch Adam's video, but I know he posted something about officiating and how it's like, college football is like $1 billion industry.
Yeah.
You know, the officiating, my dad was an official for 30 plus years. I try to give him the benefit of the doubt because that's how he always has been. And he's broken it down for me sometimes when I've gotten frustrated.
Yep.
It, on a college football level, across the board, it is horrible everywhere. I don't know if they need to make these guys, like, that's their only job is officiating college. Because, even the pros, like Clete Blakeman, he's a freaking lawyer and he's an NFL official. I don't know, but they got to figure it out because it's a problem.
Yeah. Well, in case you said, the sudden movement is what he thought was called. Sudden movement. Sudden movement.
Sudden movement.
So what if you move your head to the left or the right really fast? Is that sudden movement you're going to call? Again, the refs were trashed the entire game. And I don't think that it wasn't just against Nebraska.
No,
I
it was not.
I think both teams got screwed multiple times, multiple calls, and you can't. And again, the guys afterwards, in the last play of the game, you can't not call that. I'm like, but what about all the things that they didn't call or did call that were complete BS during the entire game? You don't want to mention
You can't
that.
single out one play because it was the last play.
Exactly.
And it was, sure, but it was kind of going on all game.
Yeah.
You can't, I don't know. You can say you can't end the game on a no call. You can't end the game. I mean, I guess you wouldn't end the game on a call because it would have continued on. But
they also had one of those pick plays. And he was within a yard off the line of scrimmage. Well, to me, it wasn't just a pick play. It was a blindside block.
yeah,
I mean,
which you can't do anymore.
he decked our guy, and he didn't see it coming. That's a blindside block. He didn't just stand there. He went and decked him. I'm like, that's
as stupid
that's
as
different.
it is. Because when I played sports, you lived for that.
Yeah.
You lived for the hitting guys that weren't looking.
Yeah.
But now you can't do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And it wasn't an illegal pick play. I'm like, yeah, but it was definitely a blindside block. You can't do that. I don't care if it's within 1 yard. That was something they should have called too. But
I wish that. And obviously, there's you hear the saying there's holding on every play. Of course, there's holding on every play.
Yeah.
There's holding on both teams on
Oh,
every
yeah.
play. But I just wish it was way, way, way more consistent to where. There is a penalty for a false start because the guy moved.
Yeah.
There is a penalty for pass interference because, he got his hand on him early. But ticky-tack calls just drive me nuts.
And what drives me nuts about the offensive line, when you're going to call something on the defense when the offensive lineman moves, the only person that knows the snap count is the offensive lineman. So if they move early, that's on them. That's not on the defense. The defense should be able to try to
They
get them
can
to
move as much as they
It
want.
should be there. That's their job. The defense, you're not going to try to entice them to move early. But if you're going to shift, you're kind of hoping that they screw up and they move early, or they move the ball. they pick it up and put it back down.
How many times you got a linebacker or a DB that's going to come on a blitz that starts going early?
Yeah.
those guys have to stay put.
Yeah.
If they move,
You
that's-
rush up to the line. Is that
No, that's
quick
exactly
movement?
what I'm saying.
That happens all the time.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But yeah, Ross was at the game. That's
Okay.
right. Again, I think the refs were probably the most frustrating part of that game yesterday because they missed a lot of things. They made some really bad calls.
Made bad calls on both sides.
They let some things go that it's like, all right, you're gonna let it go for both teams. Then they just made some horrible calls. So yes, there was officiants that were suspended after
the SEC?
the Oklahoma and
Yeah, they should have been.
Auburn game.
They should
And
have
I'm
been.
looking at last night. It's like there's play. I would suspend a couple of those guys too. Like they just weren't good. And so, anyways, move on from there. Yes, gritty game. We won the game.
Sorry, I'm not trying to harp on officiating. It was one of the
No,
worst
we are. I think it was
yesterday.
horrible. It was really
Okay,
bad.
fair enough.
But again, gritty. We won the game. Now I'm going to go back to Joel's question a while back. So Joel asked about in-state recruiting.
Sorry, I missed that.
Feels like we've kind of slowed down in-state recruiting. Rule talked about hey, it's important to look at these recruits. I don't follow recruiting very much, but I know some of these in-state guys. Again, a lot of people complain about it. Some people are like, hey, it doesn't matter if we're from Nebraska. We have to get the best guys on our team to
Right.
play for Nebraska. And I think one of the biggest things, again, I think we've talked about it before, and other guys have talked about it. These kids that are coming to the program now, they weren't alive like we were in the 90s. And I was a kid in the 90s. I barely remember the championship games. I was only like 8, 9, 10 years old when we won those championships. So
You speak for yourself. I remember losing the 93 to Florida State. That was the first game I remember.
Yeah.
And then I remember the 94 Miami. But no.
Congrats, you have a better memory than I do. But it's one of those things where these guys don't have any...
Yeah, they were born in 2007. Oh, God. That was after we graduated high school.
Yeah. So they're so young. Like they don't. The only thing they know is maybe a couple of years of Bo, if that. But they probably don't know anything until Mike Riley. If they were paying attention at 8, 9 years old, Mike Riley was their first experience.
Still coming back to bite us.
So crappy.
Still
They've
coming.
seen crappy. One good year in 2016. is all I've seen.
Yep, and a little bit of, the buzz when Frost, first came here, but then that flopped. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, I think we have that kid from Central.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a top 25 recruit in the entire country
Yep.
in his class. We already have Dayton Rolla and Trey Taylor. So
We got a stacked team here.
we could not offer that Millard South kid. Yeah, he's going to Alabama. Yeah, Millard South has a bunch of kids that are going to Illinois.
All over the country.
All over the place.
And that's the thing too. You look now. I think we've seen obviously a change in the college football landscape when it comes to recruiting and the transfer portal. Now with NIL. So yeah,
That's
we
tough, too.
might like some of these in-state guys. We might be talking to these in-state guys, but we might not be able to compete, or maybe we're not willing to due to who somebody else we're going after.
Yeah, maybe
because
they're
someone
getting-
else is putting more money on the
Yeah, maybe Iowa State's coming, which I know Iowa State, was ranked higher than we were this year, but they're right up the road.
Yeah.
There's kids going to, like I said,
They're going to Missouri. They're going to
Missouri.
Kansas. They're going to Kansas State. They're going to TCU.
Close by one, Illinois. The Millard South kid, he's good. Millard South, their average score is like 63 something.
Yeah.
It's wild. I don't
Yeah.
really watch high school football. Not in Nebraska for sure, but I don't know. I just in state, it's tough. You want those guys because you see, Xavier Watts goes to Notre Dame, and now he's a stud as a rookie in the NFL. You can't get them all, but
and
we've also seen we've gotten the top ones, and they haven't been great. So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
How much do you want to put your eggs into that basket?
Is Xavier Betts, he doing anything? Is he hurt? Well, didn't he go to Minnesota?
No, Xavier Betts I think got arrested, but Malachi Coleman, he plays for Minnesota. He had a block I think that sprung one of their touchdowns last week.
See, I didn't see the game, so I was thinking about that.
I didn't even think about him being on Minnesota. I didn't even know that until I listened to the radio this week.
Yeah, and so I don't know if he did anything else, but again, a talented kid that just didn't work out in Nebraska for whatever reason, whether it was coaching, whatever. But again, you can't get them all, and I think now with the change in the landscape of college football, you have opportunities to get these kids from other states that are super talented as well, because you have the opportunity to offer them money.
Mm-hmm.
Before, maybe some money under the table
Yeah.
and McDonald's bags, whatever, but it's a little bit different now to what we
I
had
can jump the
before.
portal. Jalen Lloyd Did you see that he?
Yep, he's gone to Golden State. Yeah, I mean, and Gundy's gone, so like maybe that's part of it. But that was this is
That's
weeks
too bad
after,
because he was great,
and this is weeks after Gundy's gone.
In short bursts for us, he was really good.
Yeah, yep.
Be nice to get him back, but
Yeah, and again, I think you talk about the way we used to recruit in state, a lot of walk-ons and guys that farm boys, guys that could really, bust you up the middle. Maybe we still have those guys out there we need to focus on, but we also have those guys across the entire country.
and you can't walk on anymore, right?
No, the walk-on program is pretty much dead.
So that's what I don't understand about Kenneth Williams, is that his name?
Kenneth Williams, yeah.
How did he not have a scholarship? How was he on the team without a scholarship?
I don't know how they're making those rules as far as is it like a grandfather thing? Is it like
I guess that's probably it.
Someone was
that's the only thing that makes
previously
sense.
offered a walk on. You can't just take that away now, and you have to offer them. Maybe is there some?
Maybe they have like a little bit of wiggle room with roster size based off of you get this many scholarships and you can have this many players. I don't know, but it's a bummer because actually Chris Persicle sent me a funny picture this morning of he's like, oh, I've just been watching. Well, he said yesterday, he goes, man, I wish back when we were like in our 20s, in the 2010s, that he really paid more, followed like he is now, because we're good, quite a bit of that stretch. And he was talking about some walk-on DB that we had that was from like Bennington or he's from Bellevue. And he's like, man, I've just been watching some highlights. This guy was a stud. Yeah, he was. He walked on. I can't remember what his name was, but you see that happen all the time.
Yep. So
not anymore.
I think the landscape has changed so much to where we still want to look at in-state guys. We want to look at guys that are going to make a difference for the team, and you got to look at guys that again fit the Big Ten, fit Nebraska football. They're a good fit for Nebraska. And again, we don't have either other guys we're recruiting, so we don't want to set someone up for failure. And we want to make sure that, hey, if I'm going to bring you in, you're going to come in and do the work. And you're going to come in and make a difference on this team, and you might be making a difference as a freshman. Like, we have to have the mentality of absolute dogs that are going to come in. And right now, again, I think it was maybe Casey, maybe Ross, or Jason, we're looking at guys that need to be dogs on the offensive, defensive line. You have to have those dogs that we're recruiting. And I don't care if it's from Nebraska, I don't care if it's from California, I don't care if it's from Maine. Like, get these guys in that are going to bust some tail. They're going to put people on their backs. Speaking of putting people on their backs, let's talk about some of the personal fouls that were called yesterday as well. The unsportsmanlike. Dude, you blocked him 10 yards out of bounds. You're pushing him towards the fence. The whistle was already blown. For some reason, and yes, you can continue to block whatever till the whistle. This was well after the whistle. The whistle blown before they were even out of bounds. Continues to block, and he's pushing him towards the fence, and then our guy throws him off, and it was like, yeah, get off him. And then we got another penalty later in the game. Same thing, unsportsmanlike. It's like, well, the guy wouldn't let go of him. Like, get off of him. And the ref's right there. It's like, you got to step in. Instead, we get an unsportsmanlike. And then they got an unsportsmanlike later in the game for twisting the face mask. And I'm like, that could have been both sides because our guy was holding him too.
Yeah.
And they didn't. Again, it's just, let's figure out what we want to do, what we want to call. But the unsportsmanlikes were frustrating too. And the first one more than anything else because like he's 10 yards out of bounds. He's pushing him towards a fence. And what's he supposed to do in that situation? He doesn't want to be blocked into a fence or other people. Throw him off. You should be able to do that in any game. You should also be able to pick guys up off your quarterback, throw them off without a penalty.
Agreed.
Get the hell off my quarterback. Get the hell off my running back.
You tackled our guy.
Yep.
You're laying on top of him. Get off of him.
Get up.
And yeah, I totally agree. I don't know.
Sorry, I had to go. That popped through my mind because I remembered that. I was like, shoot, we didn't talk about this yet because that drove me nuts yesterday too.
Yeah. I don't know. It was kind of a weird game.
Yeah.
But obviously we got the win, so that's all that matters.
So we got USC at home.
Blackout, baby.
Blackout.
I've only worn black for one game this year and we lost, so I'm probably not gonna wear black.
Just wear red or white. You're fine.
Last week I wore red and we lost, so I was gray yesterday.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna wear gray.
Most superstitious guy. I know there's a lot of superstition,
a real thing.
Superstition in Husker Nation, but this guy cracks me up with the superstitions. It's just so funny.
It's a real thing.
What's up, Donnie? Late to the party, but you're at the party. That's all that matters. You show up to the party, and you're here. it's going to benefit Nebraska. We aren't getting that call.
It's true. I mean, the announcers were all talking about Northwestern.
Dude, they love
everybody. You know, Desmond Howard saying that Northwestern got screwed and they played better and they should have won the game. And
anybody listen to Desmond Howard needs.
I don't listen to
cut
him.
their ears off.
That's why I don't watch game days, because of him.
Oh God. And McAfee now. And then Dave on Big Noon, because Dave's an idiot too.
That's tough to watch too.
USC at home, UCLA on the road, and a lot of people are like, that might be a home game for us.
It
might be a
but
lot of people traveling to California.
It's still going to be a tough game.
I think it's going to depend on how they do this weekend. I don't know if they have a bye this weekend or not, but if
Who did they play yesterday?
they got whooped by Indiana.
Oh, yeah, that's right. They got
Smashed.
whooped by Indiana.
Railroaded.
Indiana is the real deal.
Guess who got railroaded? Colorado. So hilarious. Houston was 53-7 or something. Absolute boat race. Hilarious. So UCLA, yes, maybe we'll have a lot of Husker fans there. I bet we will. I want to see more Husker fans than UCLA fans. We've done it before,
for sure.
And I think being in California, I think we might. And then, then we
Hopefully
got...
against USC, our offensive and defensive linemen play blacked out.
Oh, yes. Like, get some, atomic rage going and just play out of your mind, where afterwards it's like, I don't even know what happened. I don't know. We won the game. I don't know how we did it, but we won. I do think that then we go to Penn State, and then we got Iowa at home. So 4 games again. We know this, and if you don't believe it, start believing. We can win all 4 of those games. We absolutely can still go 10-2. We also know that there's challenges with that. It's hard to win 4 games in a row, especially in the Big Ten.
We went 3-1 in our last 4 games.
Yes.
I know they talked about, okay, for this month of October, 4 games leading up to USC. It was Michigan State, Maryland, Minnesota, Northwestern. How many of those games are we going to win? Is it going to be we're going to be 2-2?
Yeah.
Are we going to be 3-1? Can we go 4-0? I don't think we go 0-4. We went 3-1. I thought, honestly, I could see us go 2-2.
Yeah.
And we went 3-1. So now, if we can't go 4-0, 3-1, then we get 9-3.
Heck
which
yeah.
is my prediction.
And it's
It's gonna be hard to go 4-0.
It is hard, but it's also very doable.
It is doable. More so than I expected.
And yes, Iowa's defense is what's keeping them alive. Their offense, they had 2 offensive touchdowns yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
And the 41-3?
31, 41. Yeah, I think they had 2 offensive scores.
They're probably quarterback keepers.
Yeah, and
That's all they can do.
They are better than what they've been
They
offensively.
definitely are.
Their defense is what won in that game. They had a pick 6. They had a kick return. I think they might have had 2 pick 6s or maybe a fumble recovery. It wasn't all just on their offense scoring TDs. Their defense is what kept it alive. And that, I think, is what probably should scare Nebraska more than anything else when it comes to Iowa is in the next 3 weeks, we better see a big change in offense to where we go into Iowa, we know it's going to be a close game. They're not going to blow us out. We're not going to blow them out. We got to play gritty football like they did yesterday.
Yeah. They come here.
Yeah.
I thought you said they go to Iowa. So.
Oh, no, here. But we have to play gritty football like we did yesterday.
See you next week,
kids. Run some clock. So, adios, buddy. 2-2. Even Donnie, if we go 2-2, again, I'm
8-4. That's
I'm
better
not
than
mad.
it's been
I'm not mad about
years.
2-2. And
It just depends on who those 2 teams are and what it looks like, right?
Correct. It's how we lose.
The Minnesota loss. It was an ugly loss. It was one of our worst. 3-point loss to Michigan. It wasn't that bad. I mean, I actually thought we'd win that game. And looking back at it now, we really probably could have.
Oh, yeah.
Michigan's not as good as I thought they were at that time.
Yeah.
2-2. It'd be a bummer if we win 2 of those games and then 2 of them just kind of look like crap.
Yeah. Agreed.
But
I don't see that happening though. I feel like this team.
I think so too. I think it's gonna be a couple gritty wins, maybe a couple tough, close, hard fought losses.
The guys believe in themselves, and we have to be fans that believe in them as well. And I do. And again, there's gonna be negativity. It's gonna come out. You're going to see it on social media. You're going to hear it on the show. You're going to see it elsewhere.
We're going to give up a long touchdown. We're going to turn the ball over. There's going to be negative plays that happen.
But again, check out Joel's blog. Again, Joel, thanks for joining the team. And he wanted to do some writing as well. I absolutely love it. He's done a great job.
Yeah, it's very well written. I really liked it.
Two out there, and he'll do a pregame before we play USC at home this weekend. And I think, we have what it takes to win 4 more games. Whether we do it or not, Right now, I don't think we can say yes or no, but the opportunity's there. We have to take advantage of the opportunity. We have to, I think the number one thing that's going to help us beat USC, UCLA, Penn State, and Iowa, the number one thing that we need to do to win those games is get pressure on the quarterback. Something we don't do well. We don't have a lot of sacks.
No.
If we can do that in the next 4 weeks, is start to pressure the quarterback, put 4 or 5 guys up on the line, bring a few more blitz packages, that is going to change Nebraska football, Nebraska defense for the next 4 games. If we can do that, we absolutely can and will win 4 more games.
Yeah, I mean,
but we're not
it's
doing
gonna,
that
it's
right
gonna be it's gonna be tough to do it against USC. They have a good quarterback. They have an unbelievable wide receiver. Lemon is a stud. But if we can get some pressure on him, get him a little out of sync, out of rhythm, that's gonna be the difference in the game if we can do that.
Yes.
If we don't get any pressure and then he's still getting open, he's still hitting him, we're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, I think you gotta have some one-on-one coverage and also safety over the top or Lemon. You gotta
put Sierra right on him for the game.
Hell yes. So again, I'm excited. Again, I'm pumped. I feel good about. I don't feel great about yesterday, but I feel good about yesterday because again, we won a close game.
Still going to count.
Yeah. Donnie, come on! I'm trying to pump you up. I'm trying to get excited. It's not working. And you're not wrong, but I'm gonna stay positive because I feel like we have the guys again. They believe in themselves. They believe in their team. They believe in Dylan. They believe in their coaches. They believe in everything they need to believe in. To be successful, it's about going out and executing the game plan, making adjustments to the game plan when it's not working, and driving it down their throat. Run the damn ball. And I want to see that on Saturday night. I want to see us go out there.
Yeah, I mean,
and just play Big Ten football.
Remember,
USC's not a Big Ten team.
That's what I was gonna say. If we ground and pound and work clock and move the chains and keep the ball away from them, keep our defense off the field, play a Big Ten style of game. And execute well. Well, I think we could win that game. We're gonna have to do all that to win the game. Like I said, I think USC is probably the best team we have left on the schedule. But
let's get a couple turnovers, capitalize on the turnovers, get points. Well, even if it's 3, get
points. Take points when you can get them. When we kicked the field goal yesterday, it was a bummer that we missed it. But
he just didn't turn his foot. You can see it from behind. He didn't turn his foot.
It was only his second miss of the season.
Yep.
Whatever, that's fine. Take the point. If we go down on the first drive of the game and it's 4th and 1 at the 12 or at the 5, kick it. Get the points.
Yep.
Especially at home, keep the crowd into it. Take points.
Yes.
Every time we lose by 3 points, we lose by 6 points. We had the ball, we could have kicked a field goal and earlier in the game and we didn't, so then we have to go for the touchdown instead of kicking the field goal to either tie or win the game.
I kind of wish I had tickets to this game on Saturday. I don't. But,
I think Katie and Jason are going.
Nice.
I think Andy and Serge might be going because they went out to USC last year, so I think they're going there.
Okay. Nice. Okay. I don't got anything else to talk about. I appreciate everyone on the show today. I know we had Donnie, Casey, Jason. We had UMD sports fan on here talking about PJ Fleck coming to Nebraska. Rule's not going anywhere. We had Joel on here. Again, Donnie, appreciate you being on. Ross, 2 different Rosses on. So appreciate everyone joining the show today. Appreciate your engagement. It always makes it fun for us. Again, enjoy the old school. Brian will be back next week, so we'll have some more graphics and the fun stuff next week.
It really had that old school vibe. The dogs were barking and running around and jumping and
Jimmy's got no control over the dog. They're crazy. They're wild. They're great dogs, though. I'm just kidding. But no, it's been a lot of fun. So I appreciate everyone today. Again, check out the blog. We posted it earlier today. Joel's doing a fantastic job. Joel, again, thank you for offering to write something. I've been thinking about doing it for a while. I'm like, I'm not a bad writer. I'm not good at putting it all together on a blog. And so fantastic job.
It was a really good read. If you didn't read it, go check it out.
Give us a follow. Again, check out our YouTube, check out our Facebook, check out our Instagram, check out our TikTok. Although we don't post a lot on there, but we'll get some more on there.
We should.
And then check out our new blog. So appreciate everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Hopefully your NFL team does well today if you follow NFL. If not, hopefully your fantasy team does well if you follow fantasy. So as always, go Big Red. Let's see us come out and fight on Saturday. I'm super pumped now.
Yes, night game. Let's go, baby.
All right, baby. Everyone, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a fantastic day. Cheers.
Come on, good game, everybody, yeah.
Pat, I think it's safe to say that all these fans came out here to watch a game of football.
John, we're in commercial.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making conversation. Come on. Football!
Come a-running, boys, don't you hear the noise? Like the thunder in the sky. How it rolls along in a good old song from the sons of Nebraska. Now it's coming near with a rising cheer that'll sweep all foes away. So with all our vim, we're about to win, and we're going to win.